So there is a new trailer expected at the Game Awards tomorrow as of this recording. And I want to go over 5 things that I think need to be in the trailer. So first off, obviously, I think we need to get an official Sid showcase. Show Rocket Town, show Sid the rocket, the classic line of the T. Now, I'll probably save the T for the actual game, but let's see Shara, let's see the rocket, let's maybe see Palmer and Sid interacting with each other, and then of course I hope we get to see an actual like gameplay and a face reveal of Vincent. That'd be sick. I really hope we get to see more of that. They did say the next trailer was going to be more story focused, so maybe we could get into teasing Vincent's involvement in the story, because I feel like Vincent's going to be a pretty big part this time going forward, because his ties to Hojo and all that. So I think Vincent's going to be a major player this time around, because in the OG game he was completely optional. But yeah, so the first thing I think we need to add is definitely more Vincent and an actual showcase of Sid, maybe some gameplay. I know we don't get to play as them, but it'd be cool to see them, some of their moves or something just in the background. Second thing, Cosmic Canyon I think can be a major part of the story this time around. One, with Bugenhagen being able to, I'm sure not all the way explain the whispers, but briefly give us a better understanding of what they are. It seems that Aerith and Red have a decent understanding of what they could be, and I think that Bugenhagen's going to be able to really open that up and talk about maybe timelines or what's happening in the live stream, so much more than what was in the OG. And I have this little theory that maybe the Gi, I think it's called the Gi cave, Gene attack, or Gene attack, however you want to say it. This cave could be a big part of the story, because it really helps develop Red. We already know there are going to be 2 dialogue options for Red 13 and in some for Neneki whenever he gets his name change. So we have that to look forward to. And then once he gets to see Seto, his father, and actually understand who he is, I really think that we could learn that Red 13 and his I guess race used to have, or still do have, some sort of ties to the ancients in some way, that they maybe interacted or were really close with, and that's why Red's able to understand whenever Aerith touches his head in Remake, he kind of gets knowledge of all that. So maybe that's why, is because they're tied or are linked with the ancients. They aren't really ancients themselves, but they're just maybe, I don't know, linked together in some way. I hope in the trailer they show Nibelheim and maybe Tifa and the group questioning everything, because we know that the place was burned down. Sephiroth burnt it to a crisp. So it'd be cool when we get there, they question that. We know it's been covered up. I believe when we get there, we see a bunch of cloaked figures, but they say their numbers and stuff like that. It'd be cool if we got to see Zangan, Tifa's instructor or coach or teacher. I think they're going to really delve deeper into Tifa's backstory. We're getting so much more in the game. I know there's a lot of changes that people are afraid of, but we're also getting so much more depth and backstory to all the characters. So once we get to Nibelheim, it'd be really cool to see Zangan and Tifa and Cloud and them react to that, because he's the one that saved Tifa all those years ago, and then took her to Dr. Ed Sheeran. No, but the doctor we meet in the trailer for Summer's Game Fest, I believe, the last trailer, where he was talking about the cloaked figures and stuff like that. He's the one that rescued Tifa, or helped Tifa. But Zangan took her to him, if I remember correctly. This was all talked about in Tales of Two Pasts, which was the books that came out of Tifa and Aerith's stories. So I really think it's time, and this would be a good time to introduce Zangan and tease that in the trailer. That'd be really cool. The second most heartfelt, or not really heartfelt, but really punches you in the chest, is the Dyne and Barrett in the Coral Prison. This, if they do their cards right, which I have no doubt that they will, this is going to be crazy. So I would love to see in the trailer maybe Barrett and Dyne talking and grouping up. Not to fight or anything like that. I hope they keep that for the game. But it would be really cool for them to show Barrett and Dyne meeting up, or maybe Barrett briefly talking about their past, because in OG we get a little cutscene of what happened and how Barrett lost his arm. It'd be cool to tease that, and then to see Dyne in the trailer. I think they're really going to go in on exploring every character's backstory. Then we have Zack. They're going to obviously show more of Zack and tease what the heck was going on with him. We have no idea. We assume, or we pretty much confirm that it's in the Terrier timeline, I believe. I think the main party's in the Beagle timeline, but Zack's timeline has what seems to be the main party all dead, except for Yuffie and Sid and Vincent. They're still alive. But we know Zack is in Midgar, which is questionable because he's being hunted down. And before his last stand, the Turks were actually looking for him to save him from the last stand, if I remember correctly. Cissnei was pretty bummed out that they couldn't find him. So it'd be really cool to see Zack interact with Cissnei, maybe meet up with her in some way. And if not Cissnei, we saw in the last trailer that you can see Elmira walking away from Zack, or in the distance away, not really away, but just near him, and she's kind of giving him the side eye. So there's going to be some sort of interaction there. Depending on how this plays out, Aerith is dead in this timeline, but I'm not really sure if when the party died, because if they died in the giant tornado, this is later than when Zack gets there. So she shouldn't be dead yet in Zack's timeline, unless that happened earlier and Zack's showing up after that. I'm not really sure how that plays out, but I'd like to see that interaction in some way. But those are the 5 things that I hope we get in a trailer. We get more Vincent, we get an actual showcase of Sid. Hopefully we see more Cosmic Canyon, Bugenhagen, the Gi Cave. We get to see Nibelheim, the cloaked figures grouping up there, teasing the meeting of Zangan and him explaining how Tifa was able to survive the attack that Sephiroth did to her. Barrett and his altercations with Dyne, and then Zack meeting up with either Cissnei or Elmira, or explaining why he's exactly in Midgar whenever he's being hunted the way he is. So what are some things you hope to see in the trailer, if there is a trailer? But I'm pretty sure we're all expecting to get a trailer tomorrow. If we don't get one, it'd be pretty bummed out. But if there's a trailer, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. I will be breaking down frame by frame everything that was missed and all these little details and Easter eggs and stuff like that in the trailers. Those are really fun for me to do. There's going to be so many juicy story details in this next trailer. But thanks for listening to me ramble. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.